Now, before I start my presentation, raise your hand if you know about Kylie Jenner's beef with Black China. Okay, a lot of people. Okay, do you guys know about the initiations in Malawi?
What's that?
Exactly.
Oh.
Okay, oh wait, keep that in mind. No one raised their hand for Malawi, keep that in mind. My question is, why are there still developing countries? Now, characteristics of a developing country is general poverty, lack of infrastructure and technology, and underutilized natural resources, meaning that their natural resources are either limited or exploited by foreign companies and have an unstable economy and government. So right now we're going to do a quick grape activity to have a better understanding. Each bag contains a different amount of grapes, and I'm going to divide you in groups. So country A is 5 students. Just divide up, and then 5 students get 15 grapes. 15 grapes for 5 students, and then
Okay, yeah, do my table. How about that?
what is that?
Oh, yeah, you do you.
And then country B has 5 grapes with 10 students. See, are there 10 students? Because each one has to have a note card.
Yeah,
Just if you get a note card, so it has a letter in it too. So just keep a note card. And then country C has 3 grapes for 10 students. So
hold back table. Pretend like there's 10 people over there.
yeah. 3 grapes, and then you guys get 5 grapes for 5 students. Okay. Your task in 15 seconds is to divide and eat if you want to eat the grapes within. No, they don't have seeds. And they're clean, so don't worry. Divide and eat the grapes if you want to eat without cutting them or giving it to other groups. Okay? Ready?
You're sharing the cup. Okay.
15 seconds.
No, you share. You survive. What will you offer me?
10 seconds left.
Pick a grape, dude. Come on, man.
My super loyalty.
You're supposed to eat it?
Sweet.
Okay. You guys stop. Okay, I just want you guys to reflect on your own, what happened within your group. Was it fair? Was it unfair? Did it work out? Did you get any grapes? If you didn't, that's sad. But the purpose of this activity was to demonstrate how injustices and inequality happens in some countries more than others. I was first introduced to developing countries when I was in 8th grade, and I saw a documentary about Joseph Kony, a Ugandan man who recruited children into the Lord's Resistance Army. I learned that children were stolen from their childhood and innocence in order to serve for an army or become sex slaves. Since then, the concept of developing countries has stuck with me, and I finally understood what my parents meant, that there are people living in worse situations in the world. One country that embodies the general concept of developing countries is the country of Malawi. In the beginning, I mentioned the initiations in Malawi. Initiation is a tradition in some villages where children as young as 8 years old are led to secluded huts and are taught by older members of the village sexual acts in order to transition into adults. And this is 14-year-old Grace Moise, who went through the initiation, and she is currently rebelling against the tradition. This tradition oppresses children because it forces them to become adults at a young age, and this results in losing child's innocence, health issues due to unprotected sexual acts, and discontinuing school. This tradition also promotes gender inequality because it is meant to establish gender norms that boys and girls are expected to follow as men and women. Malawi is also known to have a corrupt government. About 35% of the government funds have been stolen over the past decade, and President Peter Mutharika has promised to fight against corruption and has seen donors withdraw their support from this impoverished nation. When a nation is led by a corrupt government, the citizens do not get much say over their lifestyle. and the nation suffers economically because most of the money is being distributed among the rich and powerful, leaving the majority in poverty. This means that many people won't be able to afford at least education, food, shelter, and medication for their family. Out of 15.9 people residing in Malawi, 10.3% of the population has HIV. 50.7% live below the poverty line and have an average income of $320 per capita. Despite such alarming statistics, Malawi is making slow progress and they still exhibit a rich culture. So why does this concern us? Why should we care? Simply because we wouldn't want to be in their position, and because injustices happening in developing countries must be stopped. And how can we make the world a better place? Well, the easiest thing you can do is get informed about global affairs and help raise awareness. And getting informed is also enriching our mindset, because when we read and learn about these different cultures, we open our minds to a new perspective. Another solution is getting involved with organizations, and you can start off small within your community and then go big. You'll never know if you will one day change the world.